So, President Joe Biden gave a pretty amazing historic State of the Union speech tonight. I wanted to congratulate him on basically winning 4 more years, as long as they can stop the Trump coup that's inevitable after Trump loses. But I do think that this proves that Biden will win and will win pretty big when their main argument against him is him being old. He didn't show signs of age in tonight's speech. He was powerful and said some really good things in really good ways, made some really important points. He killed it tonight. He didn't literally kill anybody, although the Supreme Court was there. They haven't ruled yet to give him the immunity to murder them and anybody he wants to. I always thought that even if they did give him that power, what's the point if those are the new rules? Because Biden would be too old and feeble to actually murder anybody. Although the energy he had tonight um, changed my mind about that. It made me think that I didn't hear the entire speech. I only heard parts of it, but made me think that if he could have said to the Supreme Court to their face that he would murder them if they passed that immunity rule, because he was sounding that powerful about stuff and that passionate about preserving democracy. Now, he really put Trump in his place. He went full Brandon on Trump. Well, he didn't literally put Trump in his place, prison, but he really had Trump's number. Well, he didn't really literally have Trump's number like his prison inmate ID that will be his new name in the future, but he talked about Trump like he knew that he was only working for Putin, and he talked about that like a bad thing and said he will not bow down to Putin, which I thought was a pretty important thing to say, and also pretty important to highlight that Trump and the Trump Putineers here in America are bowing down to Putin. Now, while all these things apply to Putin, they do apply to Putin. While these things apply to Trump and everything that applies to Trump applies to Putin, while all these things do apply to Trump, there's some other things that would apply to Trump as well, such as a pair of handcuffs, or you could apply some waterboarding to Trump. Cue my joke. What's the sound of waterboarding Trump? Putin, 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 Putin. Anyway, I do appreciate the strong words about Trump and Putin. I would also appreciate the similar actions. I guess Joe Biden really wants to leave it up to the American people, kind of coin toss whether or not we keep America in a democracy or not. Um, but I think he really will beat him. And sounds like he's going to be strong enough that he will also put down the coup when Trump inevitably tries to coup again. But that was all refreshing. Now, I will make some complaints. Again, I didn't hear the entire speech, but I unfortunately did hear too much like apologizing, trying to justify the genocide in Gaza, which was inappropriate, and some of it just seemed a little bit false, or just a little bit echoing false things that he supported before to start the genocide. And it's like by now we should be calling that stuff out. We should be calling out Netanyahu for war crimes and approaching it for what it is. Although it is really good news that they're making a new pier, and it is good news that they're taking it seriously, like they're taking the protests seriously, taking the actual atrocities seriously, or at least starting to, and that's important. Again, I didn't hear the entire speech, so maybe there were other many good things in there. Maybe there's some other things I would otherwise complain about. But what I heard was very encouraging for Biden's prospects in the election and just for being a powerful president. One nitpicking thing I wanted to mention is I hope he just puts Harriet Tubman on the 20. That was supposed to happen in 2018, but Trump racisted and he hasn't unracisted. There's so many other things he hasn't unracisted from Trump's policies, but the things that he's done good are good, and we need to give him credit for that and give him 4 more years to do many more good things and give him Congress and Senate to help actually make this good stuff happen. But anyway, thanks, President Joe Biden. I've been one of your stronger critics, but you sold me with a lot of the stuff in this speech. So thank you so much, and let's work even harder for peace and help everybody around the world. Thanks. See you soon.